Talk us through what's been going on in the last few hours. It's been busy where you are.
Yeah, good morning, Lizzie. I mean, you just alluded to it, right? Tit-for-tat strikes happening yet again in the region. In the past hour or so, Jordan's media put out a report saying that it intercepted, the military, as you have said, intercepted 5 missiles coming from Iran. Now, this follows what was called by U.S. Central Command a heavy night of striking targets in Iran that started 8 p.m. ET. Now, again, you've mentioned that those included military targets. The U.S. this time around did not strike any civilian infrastructure for the time being, right? But it looks like this escalation in the region is returning one more time. This follows a lull over the past few days, Lizzie. We've spoken throughout the course of this week about how the United States stopped attacking Iran late on last Friday, without giving any explanation. The reports that did come about suggested that the United States was running out of ammunition. But nonetheless, we saw that period of quietness started by Iran hitting targets in the region. But Lizzie, what's important here is that not only is an escalation returning to the Middle East, but we're also seeing new fronts getting open. Essentially, we're seeing Saudi Arabia and the United States hitting targets in Iraq. Saudi Arabia saying that was an act of self-defense because Iraq militia backed by Iran had targeted energy infrastructure in Saudi Arabia. And so you're seeing new fronts opening up. The Houthis in Yemen also threatening movement in the Red Sea. And so we're seeing these new sort of facets emerging. All the meanwhile, the Strait of Hormuz, the movement there still pretty much paralyzed. We saw, though, an LNG tanker that is flagged to Qatar making its way through the Strait of Hormuz with its lights switched on. It's been idling around the waterway for about 3 weeks or so. And so positive signs, but it's riddled in all this negativity that is returning to the Middle East with, as you've mentioned, Brent crude prices now edging very, very close to $90 on the barrel. So it looks like the energy markets are really moving one more time with those headlines that we're seeing coming out of the Middle East.